Many business databases are made up of multiple tables, and in most cases, business people need to understand the relationships between the data in these tables, and they must be able to slice and dice the data on demand in order to answer their key questions. With Advisor's in-memory data pool, in real time, end users can easily manipulate and relate tables via 3 types of table transformations. The first type is a copy, and copies make a field or fields from a source table available in a destination table where values of a key field match. The second are links, which connect 2 tables in the data pool across a common key field so that data selection in one table is automatically propagated to the other table, and vice versa. The third, roll-ups, generate a new table of data aggregated over a specific field in the origin table. Here we are looking at an alumni information system for a major university, and the data comes in nightly from about 20 Oracle tables. There's one core table that contains a list of about 94,000 prospects in the database, and this page, Ratings and Overview, contains several key metrics aggregated from that core table based on what's important for this specific project. And in this case, this university uses a dashboard to generate lists of entities to target during fundraising campaigns. And so they rely on segmenting the population based on past giving, demographic information, and factors that indicate affinity or involvement with the university. So one thing they may want to look at in particular is the gift amount by class year. So in order to see which class has interest in one school more than others, or one campaign theme compared to others, etc. And then the university uses this information to decide what type of solicitation to send these prospects. So the class year field is found in the core table, and in order to group gifts according to class year of the donor, the class year field needs to be moved to the gifts table. So in this case, we would need to do a copy. So to perform a copy, I go to View, Project Workshop, and I use the link wizard. So I click on it, and the wizard opens. And here's where I select the link type or operation, and in this case, I want table copy. So I check it, next, and the link origin, the table is entities, since that's the core table. Each entity is in this table once. And the key field is the ID number, since this is the unique identifier for each person. Next, and I'm copying this to gifts 2 on ID number. And next, and then here is where I select the fields that I want to copy over. And I just want pref class year, which is right here. Check it, next, okay, finish. And so now this table is available, or this field is available in the gift 2 table. So I can put a chart on this field, class year, and sum the hard credit. Click OK. And so now I can sort by label, and I can see that already that the years 60, 62, and 64 have a much higher giving than other class years. Now there are times when a copy cannot be used, and this is when the relationship between the tables is many to one or many to many. And in these cases, a link is used instead. So the university wants to segment the population by sports participation, and the core table needs to be linked to the sports table. Since alums could have participated in more than one sport while attending the university, this makes the relationship between the core table and the sports table one-to-many. So let's do a link. Again, I use the link wizard in the project workshop, and I want selection link, and the origin is from the core table again, entity and ID number. Next, and the destination is sports and ID number. And here I want to keep it a two-way link, so I can select on either table and have it propagate to the other. Here I can create a matching color link in the default color model, but I already have the sports table colored, so I'm going to uncheck it. Next, and finish. So if I go to the sports table, I can select some sports, and you can see that this list is updated and this count is updated. Now, there are some alums who have not participated in a sport at all. So they are missing from the sports table but are in the entity table. So we have a feature called the unmatched bar that you can add to represent those people in the entity table that are not in the sports table. So you label the bar. I'm going to say no sport. And then unmatched from link table is the entity table. So I type in entity. And here I have my no sport bar. And I can select, and I can see that there's roughly 32,000 entities who did not participate in a sport. Then lastly, there are roll-ups. And roll-ups can be used for a number of things. They can create a smaller view of a larger table. They can be used to find the minimum, maximum, or average of some meaningful value for an industry or constituents or region, etc. And they're particularly useful for finding the first and last date of a recurring event for a constituent or customer, etc. So in this case, this university wants to look at how many donors they've acquired each fiscal year to get a feel for their acquisition trends. And so we can use a roll-up for this, and we just take the minimum of all the years they have donated. So I'm going to go again to the project workshop. Again, the link wizard. Click next. And this time I'm selecting perform table roll-up. Next. And so the source table is the gifts table because I'm looking at giving. So gifts to. And I want to look at the first year an entity gave. So I want to roll up on ID number since that's the entity's unique identifier. And I create a name for the table that's going to be created. And next, so here's where you add the fields that you want aggregated. So I'm going to add a field, and I just need one. I'm just aggregating the year of giving. So I find it. And here's where I select the operation. So I want to take the minimum. And here, this is what the destination field will look like. Click next, next, and finish. And so now this table has been added to my project. And so if I want to add a page and put a chart up on here, I can. Find the roll-up, year, and count. So here you can see the number of donors that have been acquired over the years. So 1986, they had a very high acquisition rate for this year. So in summary, Advisor offers 3 table transformations that enables users to quickly and easily work with their data to find answers to key business questions. So there are, again, links, which propagate selections from one table to another, copies, which make fields from one table available for use in another, and roll-ups, which summarize or aggregate a table or a key field.